We are tracking multiple wildfires, one of them forcing evacuations over the weekend.
And breezy winds, but cool, pleasant temperatures all week long. We'll get to all of that in your first alert forecast.
Plus, we are taking you to the Ellensburg Rodeo with a spotlight on its history and partnership with the Yakima Nation.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner. Fire crews from Benton County Fire District 6 and District 2 responded to a fire near the McNary Dam early this morning. Fire officials say the flames were reported around 9 a.m. Air support from Bureau of Land Management was called in to help contain those flames. They tell us the fire was under control by noon, but crews are still at the scene tonight. Fire officials say a rough estimate of the acres burned is about 500, but that could change with their investigation. The cause of the fire is not yet known. And crews are also still on the scene of the Bensell fire, which started yesterday in Umatilla County. At one point, people in Hermiston were put on a level 3 go now evacuation order as those flames threatened a nearby neighborhood. All of the roads in the area are currently open as fire crews continue their work. Apple Valley News Now's Anna Trejo has the latest on what is happening with this wildfire.
Fire crews have been working for more than 24 hours. The Oregon State Fire Marshal tells us there is more than 100 firefighters walking containment lines, making sure the fire doesn't start up again in these windy conditions. People were at level 3 evacuation, but since then it has downgraded. Most of the flames are out at this time, but the danger isn't over yet. The Oregon State Fire Marshal says fighting the fire has been a challenge.
Obviously, we're along a highway. Our firefighters, want to make sure that people slow down and make sure that, they pull over if they can. And, our firefighters are at work. So it's a big struggle just to make sure our firefighters stay safe.
The State Fire Marshal says firefighters look for signs of fire before they dig, and we will tell you what those are at 6. Firefighters will continue to walk containment lines until confident all hotspots have been put out and the mop-up is complete. Reporting in Umatilla County, Anna Trejo, Apple Valley News Now.
Now, Washington State Fire resources were called in over the weekend for the Yellow Pit fire in Benton County. The fire started on Friday night. It still continues to smolder today. It's burned around 1,600 acres and is a little more than 40% contained as of the last update. This fire is a threat to BNSF Railway in the area, as well as crops and power infrastructure, but we're told no homes in that area. We'll continue to update you as we learn more at applevalleynewsnow.com. Now let's talk about the weather. We've seen a lot of wind, and that hasn't been making firefighters' jobs any easier. Stacey Lee joins us now with a look at what to expect for this week.
Yeah, that's right. We've been dealing with a lot of wind today. We're starting to finally get a little bit of a calm down in the Tri-Cities. Still very windy, though, in the Prosser area, Ellensburg, Toppenish. Again, those gusty winds have been an issue all day, of course, making it just a little bit tougher for firefighters. Our temperatures around the area, again, well below our average, typically in the mid-80s this time of year. 78 Tri-Cities in Yakima, 68 in Ellensburg. And here's our Dust Devil Geisa Stadium sky cam. Again, a beautiful afternoon. I see blue skies out there. Winds at 11, humidity 29%. Here's your evening planner in the Tri-Cities. Again, a beautiful night. Temperatures cooling into the 60s by 8 o'clock. In Yakima, again, nice there, a little bit cooler as well. Might want to grab a coat out the door, 64 degrees at 8. And in Walla Walla, a nice pleasant evening there as well. A few clouds hanging around, 64 by 8. So again, mostly clear and breezy tonight. Severe clear and cool temps all week long. Our temperatures are running anywhere from 5 to 10 degrees below average for this time of year. And we're going to warm up slightly for the weekend. I'll get to all of that in your first alert full weather forecast.
Thanks, Stacey. The Ellensburg Rodeo is one of the oldest in the state of Washington. It's still thriving after a century. And today, competitors from across the country competed in an event ranked as one of the top 10 rodeos in the United States. Organizers say this event typically draws tens of thousands of people, but this year they were sold out almost every day with record-breaking attendance. The winners will go on to even bigger PRCA competitions.
Ellensburg is a huge deal, and it really, the best of the best want to be here and to win Ellensburg, and it'd be something special if they could win this year and get that 100th buckle.
Now, next up on the circuit is the Pendleton Roundup, which is coming up September 9th through the 16th. Now, what you might not know about the Ellensburg Rodeo is that Yakama Nation tribal members played a crucial role in starting the rodeo, and they're still a big part of it today. In 1923, they allowed the Rodeo Association to build on top of their traditional meeting grounds, which is still where the rodeo is held. And in keeping with tradition, the Yakama Nation still meets there every year, kicking off this event by riding to the arena and then to the Yakama Nation encampment.
We become one family to make this a great performance, a great show coming together. It's not just one family versus one family. We're all one. We represent one.
Now, if you missed the chance to check out the encampment, they will be back next year, or you can check out the Yakama Nation Cultural Museum. And the PBR returns to Kennewick this weekend for the Challenger Series PBR Tri-Cities Classic. The action starts at the Toyota Center 8 o'clock on Friday, 7 o'clock on Saturday, and tickets are available through Ticketmaster. They start at about $15 each. Of course, Labor Day is all about workers. This year we have seen back-to-back strikes and strike threats, and the latest could impact the auto industry.
You know, unfortunately, this is what we tried to avoid. From the onset of bargaining, we said up front, we were not going to do things the traditional way, that a deadline's a deadline with the big three. And we expect all three to be done. And, you know, if they planned on dragging things out till the end and wait for a week till the end, they're going to be disappointed. And here we are 10 days out, and we got a lot of work to do.
Now, for the first time in 4 years, the Labor Day parade took to the streets of Detroit. This comes as the September 14th strike deadline for the United Autos workers with the big three automakers is less than 2 weeks away. Labor Day is also the traditional start to the presidential campaign season, and Republican candidates have been on the move, expecting to meet with potential voters. They're trying to convince everyone they represent the best choice for the party. ABC's Justin Finch is tracking the latest.
President Joe Biden at an official White House event in Philadelphia on Labor Day, sounding at times like he was at a re-election campaign rally. The 80-year-old addressing concerns about his age without even being asked.
The only thing that comes with age is a little bit of wisdom.
Biden also highlighting economic gains under his watch, including more than 13 million jobs he's created, and contrasting his record with that of former President Donald Trump without ever naming him.
When the last guy was here, you were shipping jobs to China.
Despite his 4 criminal indictments, new Wall Street Journal polling finds 59% of Republican voters backing Trump in his third White House bid. Meantime, secretaries of state in a number of states, including New Hampshire, Maine, Arizona, and Michigan, say they have started to take steps to prepare for challenges to Trump appearing on the ballot due to Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which renders an elected official ineligible to hold public office if they've engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the U.S. Other Republican candidates are meeting voters face-to-face in New Hampshire as Trump remains notably absent.
I'm standing here because I believe different times call for different leadership.
Hey guys, good to see you guys.
38-year-old entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy seeing a boost after his first Republican debate appearance, where he held firm on his pledge to pardon Trump if he's elected and vote for him if he's the nominee. Meanwhile, the Washington Post reports the bipartisan political group No Labels is holding voter focus groups aimed at fielding a third-party unity presidential ticket. A No Labels senior advisor saying the end game isn't necessarily a ticket, but a voice for the common sense majority. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Well, here in the Tri-Cities, families celebrated Labor Day at Columbia Park's 10th annual Labor Day picnic from 11 till 3. The free event offered live music at the park stage with raffle drawings for various gift baskets, a car and motorcycle show, and Shine also participated. Kids also got in on the fun with face painting, sweet treats like cotton candy and ice cream, and a bounce house to help get some of that sugar rush out. Well, consumer alert tonight, France is drowning in surplus wine, some 80 million gallons of it. So now they're paying millions of dollars to destroy it. The Washington Post reports it'll cost France about $216 million to distill the wine into pure alcohol and then use the alcohol for other products like cleaning supplies and perfume. Now, it might not make a whole lot of sense to destroy enough wine to fill more than 100 Olympic-sized swimming pools. But France says it makes economic sense because they don't want to dilute the value of the market. Now, the result is that some winemakers have a surplus. They can't charge enough of it for it to turn a profit, and that they're hoping to prevent a price collapse. Let's talk about your local forecast. We are seeing some cooler temperatures than you might expect for the very first week in September. Stacey Lee is talking about that coming up in just a moment. And still ahead on Apple Valley News Now at 5, 2 adults, 2 children found dead inside a home in a quiet Seattle neighborhood. Police say the person who called 911 was another child. We're tracking that investigation next.
Who do you call if you've been injured in an accident? Call the law firm which has collected over $80 million for its injured clients. For over 30 years, the team at Allen Brecky Law Offices have been representing the rights of accident victims.
Follow the allure of mystical money at Legends Casino Hotel, where we're giving away $30,000 every Thursday in September. Magically earn entries by using your Legends Rewards card when playing your favorite slot machines, and you could be destined to win $3,000, $8,000, or $10,000 every Thursday in September. It doesn't take winged sandals to get here. Just get here for $120,000 in mystical money, only at Legends Casino Hotel.
Did you see this? It says most people are going to need long-term care that health insurance and Medicare won't cover.
I saw that, and it got me thinking, if I need to pay for home modifications or in-home care, I am not prepared. Are you?
Not really. I mean, whatever happens, I just want to know that I'll be able to get care and stay in my own home as I age.
Right? I want that too. So,
Find out how the WA Cares Fund can help.
Do you love trucks? At Spec Buick GMC, so do we. And that's why we're having our Truck Fest sale all month long. We've got the largest selection of new GMC Sierra 1500s in Eastern Washington. And we now have the all-new 2024 Sierra heavy-duty trucks with 36,000-pound max towing capacity. Need a pre-owned truck? We have what you're looking for with more than 80 in stock. Save big this September during Truck Fest. Spec Buick GMC, a family automotive tradition since 1912.
There's 1 week left to shop our special Buy Mart membership savings book, packed with 16 pages of store-wide savings. Here in Central Washington, we've saturated your markets so non-members can see what they're missing. Join us now for a one-time $5 lifetime membership fee and get big savings. From pantry essentials to sporting goods to electronics and more. There's 1 week left to save at Buy Mart, your Northwest employee-owned membership store.
Who do you call if you've been injured in an accident? Call the law firm which has collected over $80 million for its injured clients. For over 30 years, the team at Allen Brecky Law Offices have been representing the rights of accident victims.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
We're tracking developing news tonight. Seattle police are investigating a mysterious scene of violence after a 911 call led officers to a burning house with 2 adults and 2 children dead inside on Saturday morning. This happened in the Wallingford neighborhood of Seattle, which is just blocks from the Woodland Park Zoo. Now, police say they got a 911 call from an 11-year-old Saturday morning saying someone was dead in their house before they got reports of the fire.
Officers responded. They tried to open up the door. At that time, they were unable to open the door. They realized there was actually a fire going on. We were in there. We were actually in this location within 5 minutes of the actual 911 call.
A deceased person at the rear of the structure, infant that was deceased, and a child that was deceased, along with the dog.
Now, police say the 11-year-old who called 911 had escaped through a window and made that call from a neighbor's house. It's not clear how any of the people in the house died. The Seattle Times reports the King County Medical Examiner should have that information tomorrow. As students are heading back to school, we're hearing more concerns about the ongoing shortage of ADHD medication. The CDC estimates 6 million children between the ages of 3 and 17 have been diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and prescription rates for the medicines used to treat ADHD are at record highs. They're up more than 45% in the past decade. But the CDC says they're also seeing a surge in prescriptions for adults and that's adding to the strain. Doctors say getting medication can be life-changing, but so can losing access.
It can really change a young person's life overnight. So they suddenly are able to do the work that they want to do, but are having difficulty focusing their attention. A lot of young people that I've seen have just given up, that they've either just felt that, it's too difficult. Maybe I shouldn't go to college, or maybe I shouldn't have this job.
Now, the Drug Enforcement Administration sets limits on how much of these medications can be produced. But in a joint letter with the FDA last month, the DEA said manufacturers aren't producing as much as they're allowed to. Last year, the DEA said there were about 1 billion more doses that they could have produced, but didn't. And they said data for 2023 so far shows a similar trend.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Well, it's going to be a beautiful week. I hope you're having a great Labor Day. Let's take a look at our radar and satellite combined. Again, we had a system move through the area yesterday on out, and we're seeing nothing but sunshine. A few clouds along the Cascade Crest there, but overall looking nice and clear, and the temperatures are going to be a little on the cool side this week. So actually very pleasant weather going through the next couple of days. Here's our future cast. Again, we've got clear skies, a little bit of overcast in the mountains, but not bad as we get through our day Tuesday. Again, very nice weather. Sunshine and maybe a stray shower coming through the Blue Mountains south of Pendleton. But other than that, looking very clear. Outside right now in our Legends Casino Skycam, it's 78 degrees. Our humidity at 29%. Winds at 11 miles per hour, and our sunset tonight at 7:30. Let's talk about those gusty winds. We've been seeing those on and off today. It's pretty windy through the Yakima Valley down into the lower valley. Starting to calm slightly in the Columbia Basin Tri-Cities, but we are going to continue to see those breezy winds tomorrow morning through the Columbia Basin. So another breezy day ahead, but then those winds will start to decrease and improve as we get into Wednesday. So a little bit breezy again tomorrow. Again, that elevates our fire danger. Let's plan your day tomorrow, though. Looking good out there. You'll be in the 50s, a little on the cool side there to start the day. Might want to layer up, and then by lunchtime, we'll see those upper 60s and low 70s through the region. And then by the time kids are heading home from school, temperatures in the 70s and 80s. So just really nice weather, nice and clear, a little bit breezy tomorrow in the Columbia Basin. Let's take a look at our temperatures overnight. Again, on the cool side, look at Cle Elum down to 43 degrees, 46 tonight in Sunnyside. Columbia Basin and the lower valley, Prosser at 48 overnight, Moses Lake and Tri-Cities at 51 degrees. And in the foothills of the Blues, again, those 40s and 50s, a little on the cool side for this time of year. Here's a look at our short-term forecast, again, going through the next couple of days. Mostly sunny skies. You might see a few clouds, especially closer to the mountains, with temperatures in the 70s, getting up to 80 by Wednesday, back down to 79. And look at these overnight lows again in the low 50s and upper 40s. The Tri-Cities, again, mostly sunny skies, going to be beautiful here. A little breezy on your Tuesday. Temperatures stay in the low 80s, a few degrees below normal, with those overnight lows dropping down into the 50s. So you'll definitely want to layer up in the morning, and then those temperatures warm up by the midday. In Walla Walla, again, gorgeous there, 79. We'll see temperatures dropping down into the 50s. Wednesday at 80, we'll have 81 on Thursday. So good looking weather forecast, and let's take a quick sneak peek at that 7-day planning forecast. Again, gorgeous weather out there. We have a little bit of a warm up coming for the weekend with those temperatures right around average, a little bit warm, but still going to be very pleasant all week long. And then those temperatures drop back down on Monday of next week as we are getting down to the final 2 weeks of summer. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. And up next on Apple Valley News Now at 5, could this rural stretch of Northern California be the next Silicon Valley playground? We're talking about efforts to build a new city from the ground up and some concerns from the people who are already living there. That's next.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
When you need legal help, trust Quantum Legal. We're here for you in times of trouble, whether you need assistance with criminal defense, personal injury, or have been injured on the job. Law is a complicated matter. Our team of experts will fight for you and help you find the best solution for your situation. Don't let life's challenges get the best of you. We're here to help. Call us today at 509-783-5551 or visit our website at quantumlegal.com.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
There's nothing like a fresh coat of paint to transform a home, a room, or a piece of furniture. No matter the project, the folks at your local Ace Hardware store are here to help you with all your paint needs. With our wide selection of premium brand paints and accessories, the experts at Ace will make sure you have everything you need to complete your paint project, no matter how big or small. Come see us today.
Okay, who here has reached peak fall?
Peak what?
Peak fall!
I am wearing plaid.
And I'm wearing a cardigan.
I guess I am eating snickerdoodle cookie dough.
And I am eating a pumpkin pie blizzard.
The new DQ Fall Blizzard menu has reached peak fall. Pumpkin pie, snickerdoodle cookie dough, and more. They are back!
I just love fall. Apparently we all do.
Oh, they did it! Peak fall achieved! DQ, happy tastes good.
Hepatitis C? Don't just treat it, crush it with Mavorite.
Conquer it with Mavorite.
Cure it with Mavorite. Mavorite cures all types of Hep C.
In only 8 weeks.
The virus multiplies daily and can damage the liver over time. Mavorite stops Hep C and cures it. If you've had hepatitis B, it may flare up and cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you've had Hep B, a liver or kidney transplant, other liver problems, HIV, other medical conditions, and all your medicines. Do not take Mavorite with atazanavir or rifampin. Report right away yellow skin, stomach pain or swelling, confusion and bleeding or bruising.
Hep C, crush it with Mavorite.
Conquer it.
Cure it in only 8 weeks. See Hep C gone with Mavorite.
Ask your doctor about Mavorite. AbbVie could help you save.
Stop thinking, let things happen, and be the ball. Better yet, see the ball with K2 Vision RLE. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
With so much at stake, so much on the line, more Americans turn here than any other newscast. ABC News World News Tonight with David Muir, America's #1 most watched newscast across all of television.
Welcome back. We finally know who's behind an $800 million land buying project near Northern California's Travis Air Force Base. Now that, of course, had some people concerned about national security, but apparently it's just a group of Silicon Valley billionaires planning to build their own city. So a brand new website says that California Forever is a project to build new homes and businesses in Solano County. Right now, that's mostly farmland. It's situated between San Francisco and Sacramento. The investors say they kept things quiet for about 5 years to try and avoid driving land prices up. But now that they've purchased more than 78 square miles of land, they now have to convince Solano County voters to let them start building, so they're going public. Some local officials are skeptical about this plan.
If it's done correctly, I think there's a lot of opportunities for the county. Their tax revenue base will increase quite a bit, so there's going to be a big windfall from that. Property values will probably go up around here as well, even further. And so I think from those perspectives, it's good. But again, I think you're giving up a quality of lifestyle that's kind of unique to this area. You don't really have this a whole lot of other places.
The better thing would be to approach our city leaders and work with us within our city boundaries, not to create a new city. I think that endeavor is a bit self-motivated with their own end goal, which is to create a new playground for who they want there versus what the needs of our residences are and our community members.
Now, this acre has been protected farmland since the 1980s, and Solano County voters would have to approve changing the rules to allow urban uses instead. We'll find a look at your First Alert forecast when we come back. And still ahead tonight, Republican presidential candidates hitting the campaign trail as the 2024 race is heating up. World News Tonight is tracking the primary tonight at 5:30.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Who is Culligan? Your local water experts since 1936. The world's most efficient water softener. Safer drinking water in every glass. Convenient, reliable delivery. Industry-leading technology. Here for every water worry.
The savings continue with Bi-Mart's latest savings book, out now and posted on Bi-Mart.com. There's 16 pages of savings, including everything you need for camping, pantry essentials, and more. Save now at Bi-Mart, your employee-owned membership store.
Whether you're injured on the road or on the job, you know the stakes are high, the offers low. When the chips are down, who will stand for you? The big dogs at Brumback and Autumn will double down to get you the full compensation you are owed and you deserve. Leave nothing on the table. Brumback and Autumn, Bulldog Tough.
Hi, Jason Valentine for the Apple Valley News Now Great American Flag Swap. Bring your old tattered American flag to All City Transmission this Friday, and in exchange we'll give you a brand new flag as we celebrate America together.
At All City Transmission, we stand as proud Americans, cherishing our nation's symbol of unity, the Great American Flag.
Honest work, quality price, All City Transmission.
Saturday, it's a Badger Cougar primetime showdown on ABC and Apple Valley News Now as Wisconsin visits Pullman for a battle with Washington State. The Badgers and the Cougars, Saturday starting at 4:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Next ET, we unlock our vault to spotlight Jennifer Aniston.
That's me.
Never before seen interviews that span 4 decades.
This does not happen.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
Fall is almost here. Before the winter months hit, now is a great time to make sure your trees and shrubs are ready for the weather ahead. Top Tree Service is your best bet for tree trimming and removal projects. Our ISA certified arborists know how to tackle your tree trimming in a way that promotes future growth and preserves the health of your trees. To learn more, visit us online at toptreellc.com or call Top Tree today to schedule your free estimate.
Burning Man was looking more like Woodstock this year. Tens of thousands of people were stranded through the weekend because more than a half inch of rain, about 2 months worth, turned the desert into a mud pit. People were finally able to start leaving this afternoon, but there's also been some criticism here because festival attendees are supposed to clean up after themselves, and it looks like some people are just getting out as fast as they can this year. Some of them accused of leaving a mess behind. Now here in our area, some people did see rain over the weekend. I was one of them, but the big concern, still wildfires. We saw a fire start near the Benton-Walla Walla County line on Friday evening. Then this fire across the border in Umatilla County started on Saturday. It's been declared a conflagration. The state of Oregon is helping to get it under control. We did see level 3 go now evacuations around Hermiston. Those were downgraded today, so they are making progress. We also saw another fire on the Washington side of the river in that same area near the McNary Dam. Of course, we're going to continue tracking all of those for you online and tonight on Apple Valley News Now at 6. But Stacey, we've just seen so much wind over the past couple of days.
Just a lot of wind out there, still dry. I mean, the temperatures are cooling down, so we're not at a red flag status. But again, fire danger remains high, and we'll continue to see those breezy winds tomorrow. Look at those temperatures, though. Really, really nice. We're running a good 5 to 10 degrees below average for this time of year. Nice little warm up for the weekend, still sitting in the 80s. So beautiful weather as we say goodbye to summer here in just a couple of weeks. In the Tri-Cities, again, those temperatures below average, a little bit cool at night, but feeling really good out there. And again, temperatures in the 80s. We'll bump up into the upper 80s for Saturday and Sunday. Nice little weekend, and then we cool back down into the lower 80s. But again, look for those breezy and gusty winds in the Columbia Basin, particularly tomorrow. We'll start to see a little bit of a break as we get to our Wednesday. Here's what Walla Walla looks like for the next 7 days. Again, those upper 70s, low 80s, just beautiful weather. I mean, I can't complain. I'm thinking this looks pretty nice out there. And again, no chances of rain. Might see a little bit of cloud cover here and there, but overall looking really nice for the next couple weeks or so.
So it's going to feel like kind of campfire weather, but maybe still a little too dry for that.
Yeah, probably too dry for that.
Thanks, Stacey. Thank you so much for watching. World News Tonight with David Muir is next. Apple Valley News Now is back tonight at 6. And you can find the latest anytime on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com.